Meanwhile, in a closer look at this story we mentioned at the top of the half hour, a Cape Elizabeth High School music teacher has resigned amid sexual assault allegations from a former student.
News Center Maine's Zach Blanchard spoke exclusively to the survivor and is live in Cape Elizabeth this afternoon with the details now. Hi, Zach.
Hi, Lee. School officials tonight saying many students are hurt and confused by all this. These allegations actually coming from a former student at a different school, claiming that music teacher Mike Scarponi groomed them for years, starting when they were just 14 years old.
After years of processing what happened to me, I can finally say this publicly.
Rowan Horton writing those words in a powerful social media post revealing what they call years of abuse.
Mike Scarponi is a sexual predator.
At just 14, Horton says they were groomed by then Brunswick High School music teacher Mike Scarponi, someone they trusted and looked up to.
Making himself feel like someone that I needed, that I had to depend on, that I wouldn't be okay without.
By age 17, it eventually turned into a romantic sexual relationship, one they felt they could not escape.
I felt like I would be sort of lost at sea without his support and guidance.
Now 21 and living out of state, Horton says it was time to break their silence, prompting Cape Elizabeth school officials to announce Scarponi's resignation this week after he was placed on administrative leave as they investigate what they call credible allegations. But saying in a letter to parents, "We have received no reports that Mr. Scarponi engaged in any inappropriate conduct while he was a teacher at our school." In Brunswick, where Scarponi was employed from 2010 to 2019, officials say there were never any allegations reported until now. Officials saying as a society and as a community, it's important that the voices of survivors of sexual assault are heard. This type of alleged behavior by an adult authority figure, like a teacher, must be condemned.
One moment,
As an investigation gets underway, Horton says sharing their story isn't easy, but if it helps others, it's worth it.
The quickest way to make sure that everyone stays as safe as they can from a predator is to make sure that they all know who he is.
Now, I reached out to the Cumberland County District Attorney. He says he's not able to talk about this case. As for the Maine Department of Education, well, they too say they aren't able to discuss this matter as it involves a contracted employee, and we could not reach Scarponi for comment.